So, today I met with a group of friends, and they are part of a group, and I guess I'm part of it too, of folks who talk about and are interested in the idea of unidentified anomalous phenomena. The things that we used to call UFOs back in the old days. So it's all spacey, are aliens out there kind of conversations. That's all it's actually really fun and interesting. And today, we got together and there was a live Zoom link with someone who's an experiencer. And what that means is someone who has had the experience of encountering an alien, an extraterrestrial, and has lots of good stories, thousands of followers, 35,000 on TikTok, talks very sort of clearly and coherently. But we were there, and I was there with, who was I there with? I was there with Andy, and it was in Claudia and Anthony's place, and Eric the lawyer was there, and Javier was, and so was Bob, and there was a live link, and we're there. Luckily, the video was not on my face, because I swear, it was the most bananas thing I've ever heard. Well, no, that's a bit of an exaggeration. The most bananas thing after all, we're living in a post-Trump world now. Well, it's a pre-Trump world, I suppose, post-Trump and pre-Trump. But it was one of the most bananas stories I'd ever heard. They were talking about how in their dreams all these things happen, but they were actually reality, and they're in touch with this alien civilization that's here to sort us out on Earth. And in fact, this person now has a baby, which they call is a hybrid child with one of these aliens, and it was a really fun talk, and it was crazy. So I thought I've got to mark that with something. So I've got on my Tatooine t-shirt, the Tatooine National Park. It says I've put on this remix as public service broadcasting, the race for space. So it's got some of the original transmissions around the space race between the US and USSR, and then they've remixed it with some funky music on top. And I thought there is only one way to commemorate having such a crazy conversation as we did today. I won't even talk about how everything about it was just bananas. So we're having the Iz Bananaz drink, because that makes a lot of sense to me, and it's also a delicious drink. So why wouldn't you have something like this? Something crazy's going on, and and someone's there just talking, and they're saying words, but somehow none of it makes any real coherent sense. Except it does. It tells a good story, and we can hope that maybe it's true. Especially when they talked about their vision of having their hybrid child appear before them. It was funny, and I did not laugh out too loud, because that would be kind of rude, and they was giving their time up. But I would heartily recommend that you take part in one of these conversations, but that you have one of these drinks beforehand, because it will seriously help. This drink itself is a cachaça drink, so already you know it's going to be kind of funky, which sort of suits the subject matter, I think. We just need 1.5 ounces of this lovely earthy Brazilian spirit, like so. Next thing, Italy's best-selling Amaro, which is Amaro Montenegro, delicious. I like it in its own right. We want 1 ounce of that. That's right up to the brim in this measure, so try not to spill it, which is my usual trick, of course. There we go, 1 ounce of Amaro Montenegro. And of course, putting the wrong lids on things here. Now we're going to go for the bananas, and I've gone posh with my banana stuff. I do often use the De Caipa banana liqueur, which, by the way, is just great, but I splashed out and got some of this Banana do Brasil, and it is really great. It's got this kind of aroma of ripe bananas, and it's sweet as well. Of course it's sweet, but it's got a real delicious everything to it. So I heartily recommend banana liqueurs, and this one especially. We want 3/4 ounce of this. That'll drive you bananas if you're not careful. And then a bit of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Here's some I prepared earlier. And we're going to have the same amount of that, which is 3/4 ounce. And then the final ingredient, we're going to have some bitters in there. I ran out of Angostura bitters. Who could imagine such a thing? What normal household runs out of that? I did. So I'm using my Bogart's bitters. So you can use any aromatic bitters. The problem with this one is it pours out. There's no dropper in it. And you've got to do a dash, which is the equivalent to 9 drops. How am I going to do that? I'm just going to eyeball it and hope it's okay. We're going to measure it very, 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 very mostly carefully. I'm sure that was just perfect. And it will, of course, it'll turn it all that sort of pinky reddish sort of color when we shake it up. So let's shake it up. That should do it. What we've got here is a glass filled, or 3/4 filled, I guess, with crushed ice. That is a crucial part of that. I am going to open this up, get my strainer, and top this in here. Yeah, that's exactly the right color. That is a truly banana. It's not really bananas looking, it's just sort of murky brown color. So I guess like a ripe banana. That would probably be about right. And then for the garnish, you only said a crazy orange twist. I didn't have a crazy orange twist. So what I did was I took the top off of an orange and sort of cut out where the stalk was at the top. And I've got a straw to just kind of poke it through there. Yeah, I know it's not very crazy, but there we go. That's what we've got. And I'm going to tuck that in there like so, creating a very pretty drink indeed. And let's see what we've got. That is a wonderful drink, I will say. And all I can say is this is the only way to end when you've had a kind of bananas experience that I did today. Cheers.